President Trump is blaming the Antifa movement for much of the violence we're seeing during these protests across the country. But we are now learning that online calls for action, calls for violence attributed to Antifa, are in fact coming from elsewhere. And the president's family buying into this online deceit. Let's bring in CNN's Donnie O'Sullivan. Donnie, walk us through what's happening here.
That's right, John. On Sunday, the president went as far as saying he would label Antifa a terrorist organization. Now, with that in mind, a tweet began circulating on Sunday evening into Sunday night, and I think we can bring it up on screen. It came from an account that said they were Antifa America, and it said, "Alert, tonight's the night, comrades. Tonight we say F the city and we move into residential areas, the white hoods, and we take what's ours." Now, that is obviously a clear call to violence, but we have learned since over the past 24 hours, Twitter telling us that account was not actually run by Antifa at all. It was, in fact, actually run by white nationalists, a known white supremacist group. Now, it's important to say that, that doesn't mean that Antifa isn't involved in any violence here in any way, but what it does confirm is suspicions that white nationalists have been jumping on the Antifa movement in ways to try and stoke tension. And that tweet picked up a lot of traction. In fact, it got picked up by the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., who shared the tweet from Antifa with his 2.8 million Instagram followers, obviously believing it was real. And he said, "Absolutely insane." This was his commenting on the tweet. "Just remember what Antifa really is, a terrorist organization. They're not even pretending anymore." Now, when we reached out for comment, there was no comment from Trump Jr. He has removed that post from his Instagram this morning, and there is obviously no suggestion whatsoever that he knew who was behind this. Like all of us, he probably fell for some online misinformation here. So it's very important, I think, that we all know, as we see posts from all sides of the political spectrum across all social media platforms, to be very critical of what you're looking at, and things may not be what they seem.
Things may not be what they seem. It's not the first time the president's son has either retweeted or reposted or commented on something that turned out to be not what it appeared to be. Donnie O'Sullivan, appreciate that very much. Important reporting. Thank you, sir.